Welcome to Niki's Journey to Mastery. Let's draw. Today we're doing Thorfinn. Fan art, I think the first fan art for this channel. So let's jump right into it. So here we are with my first fan art for this channel. Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. If you don't know Vinland Saga, it's a really great anime. It's actually historically based on historic events about Vikings. It's really fun, really interesting. This character, Thorfinn, goes through a whole lot of things, and you know, he's really angry boy. And I thought it would be fun to draw him. He's really skilled with these two daggers that he's holding, one in his mouth and one in his hand. And one of them I think he got from his father, who I won't say any more about that. But if you're interested in watching it, you should really check it out. I think it's available on Amazon Prime Video. That's where I watched it. But I really wanted to try and do a bit of fan art for my channel, like one bit of fan art a month, just to see if it would be fun, first of all, and also if it would be interesting for other people who maybe want to see this kind of thing. I've never really been a person to indulge in fan art, really. I think when I was really little, the first fan art I did was of the Powerpuff Girls, and then I think I also did fan art of Teen Titans because I love Starfire. But other than that, I didn't really do that much fan art, so it's not really natural for me to, like, you know, watch a show and be like, oh, I want to draw that. I don't really do that, so it really is like out of my comfort zone doing fan art, especially of like characters that people know and love. Realistic, like live action shows fan art, I'm a little hesitant to do because, you know, it has to look like the character. There's one that I really want to do. I want to do a Lord of the Rings character next, but I don't know because it has to look like her, and I don't know if I can do it. So I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But anyways, let's talk about this piece. So Thorfinn was a lot of fun, so much fun. Like his angry little face, the daggers, like drawing the metal on that was really fun when I got to it. It didn't even take that long when I finally did get to it. The fire in the background was actually a suggestion from chat. I wasn't gonna actually do much with the background. I was gonna like just have a black background to kind of like make him stand out and maybe have embers and blood. I knew I was gonna have lots of blood, but I didn't actually think about doing much in the background. And then one of my friends came in and was like, this is Thorfinn, you gotta have the place on fire, he's a Viking. I was like, okay, fine. So I ended up doing that. Now if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, but the fire started out like being really red and orange, and I was doing that to make it contrast with the skin. I know better than to do that so early on because I always change the final skin color. Like I start off with this, you know, one base color, but I always add more saturated dark tones, especially because of the fire. The fire background is going to be very warm shadows. And I ended up making the red of the fire look too close to the skin. So after I did the shading of the skin, I was like, okay, gotta change the fire back to more yellow. So I ended up doing that afterwards. But painting the skin was a lot of fun. To be honest, I wasn't like 100% sold on the skin. I was looking at like around his eyes. I felt like his eyes weren't sharp enough. I still am not like 100% happy with how the eyes ended up. I feel like I wanted them to be darker, but I felt like if I added like darker lines around the edges, it was gonna look like eyeliner. And I didn't want it to look like eyeliner. I didn't actually try it, you know. I could have just, you know, done it and looked to see what it looked like, but I didn't. I went with like a dark brown eyelash color, but I do wish his eyes were a little bit more piercing. I did a lot of messing around with the positioning of them. I enlarged them a bit. Like sometimes they looked a little small at one point. I enlarged them, I brought them in, and then the hair was blocking the pupil, and I had to like, it was all over the place trying to fix that. But overall, I think it came out really nice. I love the eyebrows, the little angry face. And it is still like a bit of an anime, it is an anime style per se, but it's more realistically painted. So he has his little tiny anime nose, and I rendered the heck out of it. Oh, that was fun though. I really like how it came out. I'm really happy with the face. I based the tones of this off a piece that I found on Pinterest. So I had like 4 or 5 different references that I was going with working on this piece. I had one for the general aesthetic that I wanted to go for, and also for the hair. The idea of the hair, the way the hair was going to, it didn't really come out exactly like the reference, which I didn't care to do anyways. I had a reference for the sword, his little blade that he has in his mouth and in his hand. And I had a reference for that second hand, kind of like in a tiger, I forgot what this is called, this claw posture, pulled back there. I had a reference for the sword in his hand because the original reference for his pose, the sword was pointing the other way. It was pointing towards the same direction as the other one in his mouth. And I didn't want that posture because I wanted a particular posture for his fist. So I turned the sword around, and I thought it looked really cool. And I found a reference that had it in that direction. So I got the fist reference. Beautiful. I love how the fist came out. In fact, I got compliments on the fist a couple of times, and I agree. I think it came out really nice. And then I had a friend come in, and I'll tell you who he was. It's Mono, because if I don't say who he is, he's gonna be mad. Mono from my Twitch chat suggested I add calluses, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's a good idea, but I don't know how to draw calluses. How do you draw calluses? But anyways, I added just little lines to indicate creases in the skin. I added those kind of lines. You can kind of see it on the fist here. To look like scratches and stuff, and then I was like, oh, let me do some more blood. So I got into the blood on the face, and I tried a bunch of different ways. I thought of I wanted a stream of blood coming over his eye, but I didn't like how it looked, so I just decided to just have it patches of blood on the side with a clawing mark on the other side. And then I added the blood to the fist, and oh my gosh, I love how it comes out. I've done blood before. I'm pretty sure I've done it at least once before. And it's so much fun to do. It comes out really, really cool. It at least is it's very satisfying when you add that up the top layer of just grime, and then you can hide it, and it's perfect and pristine, and you put it back on. It's it's so cool. I love it. For the clothes, there were a bunch of different I guess outfits that I've seen him wear. And it's obviously he's been in the warmer weather, and then there was the winter scenes. So I don't even know which one I chose in the end. I think this one is a little bit heavier. It's more wintry, and this the one with the lace in the front. There's the one, I forget where I saw this reference, but that's the one I gave him. It's not super detailed, but it's the general aesthetic of it is the same as all his outfits, with the brown arms and the beige outfit. But yeah. It came out really, really nice. I loved how it came out. And then the sword here, or not the sword, the blade. I had a lot of fun painting the blade, especially all the glistening highlights, and then those little arrows. Whenever I look at those arrows, it just breaks my heart, or puts a tinge in my heart. No spoilers, but it just reminds me of his father, and I'm just oh. And it's a lot of fun. And then I put blood on the blade, and I was yeah. It was amazing. I think the final touch that I actually wish I had put more into and actually used Procreate to actually do better was the blood on the clothes. I just kind of blotched on some blood, and I didn't really like how it came out when I did it with Paint Tool Sai. I felt like it could have been done better, but I didn't have the texture brushes that I wanted to do it with, and I completely forgot that Procreate has some really good texture brushes for that. In fact, there's this one particular one, and this is zombie, I think it's called Zombie Skin or something like that, that's really good for that kind of texture on the clothes, and it would have made the blood look really blotchy and really good on the outfit. So I do regret not. I was going to do it, and I completely forgot. So that's why that didn't happen. And then the hair, I think, is the last thing I have to do. And the hair was a lot of fun. At first I was how am I going to do this? Because I wanted to have sections and top of sections. And I have a bad habit of wanting to paint the top down but I was able to control myself and paint the under section and then add like highlights on the top sections, and then I even added blood to some of the strands. I went a little overboard at one point, but I got it under control. And then some final embers, and that was it. Here are the close-ups. I am so happy with this. All the details, like the handle of the blade, the creases and the bruises on the knuckles and the hands and everything. I love how everything came together. It's so pretty. I love it. I can't wait to do another one. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Thorfinn fan art piece. There will be more fan art to come in the future. Maybe not Vinland Saga again, just anytime soon. I don't know how soon before I'll do another. Maybe when the next one comes out, because I'm definitely watching the next one. But yeah, this will be something I will continue doing. I will do more fan art like this for sure. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, leave a like on this video and hit subscribe if you want to see more like this. I paint lots of beautiful portraits, and I will be doing more fan art stuff. You can drop your suggestions in the chat if there's a fan art you want to see. There'll be one a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!